Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here today. I want to ask you a question that many of us have asked ourselves at some point in life. When will life start? We get caught up in waiting for the perfect moment, the next opportunity, or a major event to signal the beginning of something extraordinary. But the truth is, life doesn't start in some distant future. It starts right now. And in this moment, you have the power to choose how you live, how you engage with the world, and how you create meaning in your life. So let's explore this idea together and understand why life is already in motion, and it's up to you to make it extraordinary. Life starts with a choice to live fully. Too often, we get caught in a cycle of postponing our dreams, waiting for things to fall into place, or thinking that we need to be in the right place at the right time. But the truth is, life doesn't happen to us, it happens through us. The moment you decide to live fully, everything shifts. You stop living in the shadows of indecision or in the prison of someday. You realize that the power to live an extraordinary life is not about waiting for the perfect circumstances. It's about making the decision to live now, regardless of where you are. Living fully means embracing the present moment, no longer holding back or allowing the fears and doubts that have accumulated over time to control your actions. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that we need more time, more money, more success before we can truly live. But the real truth is, you have everything you need right now to begin living fully. It's not about external circumstances. It's about how you show up in the world, how you approach your challenges, and how you engage with the possibilities right in front of you. When you make the conscious choice to live fully, you begin to take ownership of your life. You stop waiting for life to happen to you and start actively creating the life you want. Whether it's pursuing your passions, setting new goals, or being present in your relationships, living fully means putting your heart into what matters most to you today. The moment you make that choice, you unlock a world of opportunities and experiences that you never thought possible. So it all begins with the decision to step into your life as it is right now, not waiting for some ideal scenario. When you choose to live fully, you choose to embrace every moment, seize every opportunity, and overcome every obstacle with determination. It's a commitment to make your life an expression of who you are without waiting for permission or the perfect timing. When you do this, you unlock the limitless power that lies within you. The power of perspective is one of the most transformative forces in life. It's not just about how you see the world, but how you choose to interpret and respond to what happens in your life. Life throws challenges, obstacles, and setbacks at everyone. The question isn't whether you'll face adversity, it's how you will look at it when it comes. Your perspective determines how you experience the world around you, and more importantly, how you move through it. Imagine two people facing the same difficult situation. One sees it as an insurmountable challenge, something that will forever define their life and limit their future. The other sees the exact same circumstances as an opportunity for growth, a chance to learn, evolve, and become stronger. The reality is that the event itself may not change, but the way we perceive it can. That's where the power lies, the ability to choose your perspective in any given moment. Perspective shapes everything about how you feel and act. When you look at the world with an open mind, you begin to see possibilities instead of problems. You begin to notice solutions rather than obstacles. And when things don't go as planned, it's not the event that defines your future, it's your interpretation of it. Challenges can become stepping stones, and setbacks can be reframed as learning opportunities. When you change how you look at things, the things you look at change. This doesn't mean ignoring the reality of tough situations or pretending that everything is always easy. It's not about wearing rose-colored glasses. It's about seeing with clarity, acknowledging what's difficult while also recognizing the potential within that challenge. It's about realizing that every experience, good or bad, contains a lesson, and you have the choice to extract that lesson rather than staying stuck in the hardship. Changing your perspective doesn't happen overnight. It's a practice, an ongoing effort to shift your thinking when life doesn't go as planned. But the more you train yourself to look for the positive, the more natural it becomes. You begin to notice how resilient you are, how capable you are of overcoming obstacles, and how much you've grown through every experience. That's the true power of perspective. It doesn't just change how you view the world, it changes how the world unfolds for you. Stop waiting for perfect timing. This idea that there's a perfect moment in the future where everything will align perfectly, where you'll have all the resources, all the confidence, all the conditions necessary to take that lead is a myth. It's an illusion we tell ourselves to delay action, to stay in our comfort zone, or to avoid the discomfort of taking risks. The truth is, perfect timing doesn't exist. The only time that truly matters is now. When we wait for the perfect moment, we waste time, energy, and the most precious resource we have, our life. We create a story where we constantly defer our dreams, thinking that one day the stars will align. But by the time we're waiting for that perfect moment, life is passing us by. We keep saying, I'll start tomorrow, or when I have more money, I'll go after that goal. But guess what? Tomorrow never really comes in the way we expect. And more often than not, the circumstances we're waiting for won't magically appear. Waiting for perfect timing is a form of procrastination. It's easier to wait than to act, especially when the unknowns make us feel uncomfortable. It's far more comfortable to tell ourselves that we're just waiting for the right time than to take a risk and put ourselves out there. But nothing great happens when you're sitting on the sidelines, waiting for permission or the perfect scenario to fall into place. The reality is that growth, success, and transformation all come through action, not through waiting. The conditions may never be perfect, but your ability to adapt, learn, and grow through imperfection is what leads to true progress. It's through the small steps you take, the decisions you make today, that you begin to build momentum. And momentum doesn't wait for perfection. It thrives in the action itself. When you stop waiting for everything to align and start acting in the now, you create your own opportunities. You learn to move with the flow of life, adapting to changes, embracing the challenges, and adjusting as you go. It's in the process of doing, taking that first step, that the real transformation occurs. You don't have to have all the answers or all the resources to begin. All you need is the courage to start, knowing that the path will unfold as you move forward. Every moment you spend waiting for the perfect conditions is a moment you'll never get back. You already have the power within you to begin right now. The time to act is not tomorrow, not next month, not next year. It's today. It's today. Don't let fear stop you. Fear is something we all experience, whether it's the fear of failure, rejection, or the fear of the unknown. It's a natural part of being human, but it's also one of the biggest barriers that holds us back from achieving what we're truly capable of. Fear can be paralyzing, and it has a way of convincing us that we're not good enough, not ready, or that the risks are too great. But the reality is that fear, when faced head-on, can be one of the most powerful tools for personal growth. When we allow fear to dictate our actions, we end up playing small. We choose comfort over courage, certainty over possibility, and we give up on dreams simply because they feel too big or too overwhelming. But here's the truth. Nothing extraordinary happens in the realm of comfort. The most rewarding experiences, the moments that truly shape us, always lie just beyond that line where fear resides. The key is not to eliminate fear, but to learn how to move forward in spite of it. Fear is often a sign that you're on the verge of something important, that you're pushing past your limits and stepping into new territory. It's a signal that you're on the edge of growth, and that's exactly where you need to be. The fear you feel is often just the voice of your comfort zone, trying to keep you stuck in what's familiar. But that's not where your potential lies. When you choose to act despite your fear, you give yourself the opportunity to prove to yourself that you're capable of more than you think. Fear is often based on limiting beliefs and worst case scenarios that aren't rooted in reality. The truth is, most of the things we fear never happen. We spend so much energy imagining the worst, when in reality, we have the strength to overcome challenges we never thought we could face. By confronting fear, you build confidence. Each time you take a step forward in spite of it, you strengthen your resilience and your belief in yourself. It's in those moments of fear that you unlock your true power, because you realize that fear doesn't control you. You control your action. When you act in the face of fear, you create a new narrative. You shift from being a victim of your circumstances to being the creator of your own path. The world is filled with people who have accomplished extraordinary things, not because they didn't feel fear, but because they refused to let it stop them. They didn't wait until they felt ready or until the fear went away. They moved forward anyway. And with that readiness comes hope for progress, both for themselves and for others. Fear doesn't have to be an obstacle. It can be a stepping stone to something greater, as long as you don't let it hold you back. The more you face fear head on, the more you realize that it doesn't have the power to control you. You are the one who decides what's possible. Growth is a continuous journey. It's not something that happens once and then you're done. It's an ongoing process, a constant evolution of who you are and who you are becoming. We often think of growth as something we can achieve, like a goal or a destination. But the truth is, growth isn't linear. It's not about reaching a certain point and saying, I've made it. It's about embracing the idea that you are always becoming, always improving, always learning from each experience. We tend to place a lot of pressure on ourselves to get it right at a certain age or to have things figured out by a specific time. But the reality is that growth isn't bound by a timeline. It happens at different paces for different people, and it's not something you can rush. Every day, every experience, whether it's a success or a failure, offers you a chance to grow. You don't just grow when things go well. In fact, it's often in the most challenging moments that the most profound growth happens. When we start to view growth as a continuous journey, we begin to understand that we are never finished. There's always more to discover, more to learn, and more ways to evolve. Even when we reach what we thought was a peak, we realize there's always another level, another layer of potential that can be unlocked. It's like climbing a mountain. You may reach one summit, but when you look up, you see another peak in the distance, and you realize the journey is far from over. Growth also means learning to embrace change, because nothing stays the same. We change, our circumstances change, and the world around us changes. It can be uncomfortable, but this is where true growth happens. You can't grow if you're clinging to the past or resisting change. True growth comes when you let go of the old version of yourself, when you embrace the discomfort of change, and when you trust the process of becoming something more. This continuous journey of growth requires humility. It means acknowledging that we don't know everything, that we're always a student, no matter how far we've come. It means accepting that we will stumble, we will make mistakes, and we will encounter obstacles. But each of those setbacks is a valuable lesson, helping us refine who we are and what we want to become. Growth is built on a foundation of curiosity and resilience, a willingness to keep moving forward no matter what. As long as you're alive, you're growing. Growth is not a destination, it's a mindset. It's the decision to embrace every challenge as an opportunity for learning, to never stop evolving, and to continually strive to be the best version of yourself, not for a single moment, but for the journey of life itself. And in this journey, there is no end. The beauty lies in the continual unfolding of your potential and the constant creation of a richer, deeper version of yourself, one day at a time. Your past doesn't define you. Too often, we allow the stories of our past to shape our identities, limiting our potential and constricting our ability to move forward. We might carry the weight of past mistakes, failures, or missed opportunities, and these memories can sometimes feel like chains holding us in place. But the truth is, your past is just that. the past. It's a collection of events, decisions, and experiences, but it does not have the power to dictate who you are or who you can become. Your past might have been filled with struggles, but those struggles do not define your worth. They are simply chapters in the book of your life, not the entire narrative. We all have a history, and while it may have shaped some of the choices we've made or the way we view the world, it doesn't have to be the lens through which we see ourselves forever. Each day you wake up, you have a new opportunity to rewrite your story. You have the power to redefine who you are, no matter what you've been through. Many people make the mistake of thinking that their past mistakes, regrets, or missed opportunities are a permanent part of their identity. But the truth is, who you were yesterday has no bearing on who you can be today or in the future. And yet, even from your mouth, you can turn around and say all the rest. But if that mystifying douchebag returns, you disappoint him. It's easy to get trapped in the idea that your past failures are a reflection of your worth, but that's a limiting belief that holds you back from seeing your true potential. Each mistake you've made is simply an opportunity for growth. Every setback or failure is a lesson, and it's what you do with those lessons that shapes who you are becoming. The past can teach us valuable lessons, but it doesn't have to keep us stuck. You are not the sum of your past experiences. You are the sum of your present actions and your future decisions. If you want to change your life, you don't have to wait for some external force to shift. You can choose right now to change the direction of your life. You have the power to decide who you are in this moment, and that power is always in your hands, no matter where you've been or what you've experienced. Now, it's important to remember that even the most difficult experiences don't define you unless you let them. Just because you've faced hardship doesn't mean you're destined to continue facing it. Just because you've made mistakes doesn't mean you'll continue to repeat them. What defines you is your ability to rise from those challenges, to learn from them, and to use them as fuel for growth and transformation. Every person has a unique journey, and your past, no matter how painful or imperfect, is just one part of that journey. Embrace the idea that you are constantly evolving. Your identity isn't fixed in time. It is fluid, adaptable, and ever-changing. The person you were yesterday doesn't have to be the person you are today, and it certainly doesn't have to be the person you'll be tomorrow. What matters is the choice you make right now to step into the next phase of your life with a sense of empowerment, knowing that your past doesn't limit your potential. You are free to create a new path, a new story, and a new version of yourself. And that starts the moment you choose to leave the weight of the past behind. Embrace the power of now. Too often, we find ourselves caught up in the past. Right now is where all your power lies, where all your potential lives, and where you can make a true impact on your life and the world around you. The present moment is the only moment where you can take action. The past is gone, it's already written, and it's not coming back. The future hasn't arrived yet, and worrying about it only takes away from what you can do today. The only place where you can create change, make choices, and take steps toward your goals is right here, right now. This moment, as fleeting as it is where you have the power to act, to feel, to create, and to transform. When you embrace the power of now, you begin to let go of the need to control the uncontrollable. You stop obsessing over every little detail of what might happen or what could have been. You start to realize that worrying about the future or ruminating over the past doesn't change anything. It only drains your energy and keeps you stuck in a cycle of inaction. But in the present, you have the ability to make a difference, to choose your response, and to fully engage with life in a meaningful way. Living in the now also means learning to be fully present in whatever you're doing, whether it's a conversation, a project, or a simple moment of stillness. It's easy to become distracted by thoughts of the past or future, but when you truly commit to being present, you tap into a deeper level of awareness. You notice the small details, the nuances of experience, and you find joy in the simple things. It's in the present moment that life becomes richer, more vivid, and more fulfilling. When you are truly in the now, you experience life without the constant pressure of getting somewhere. You can let go of the need for constant validation or the pursuit of external success. The satisfaction, peace, and fulfillment that you seek are all available in the present moment when you stop chasing and start being. You begin to experience joy in the journey, not just in the destination. Embracing the power of now doesn't mean ignoring your goals or abandoning your plans for the future. It means giving yourself permission to fully live in the present while working toward your future. It's about finding balance, taking meaningful action today while trusting that the future will unfold as you move forward moment by moment. The more you focus on the present, the more you begin to see how your choices today shape your tomorrow. In each moment, you have the power to shift your energy, to change your state, and to decide how you show up. Right? The present is where your power resides. It's where you can make choices that align with your highest self, where you can take the first step toward the life you want, and where you can create the kind of impact that matters most to you. When you embrace the power of now, you realize that it's not about waiting for the right moment. It's about creating the right moment by fully engaging with the life you have right now. Create the life you want to live. This idea isn't about waiting for the world to change around you or hoping that things will fall into place. It's about taking full ownership of your life, realizing that you have the power to shape your own reality. Too often, we let external circumstances, other people's opinions, or societal expectations dictate what our life should look like. But in truth, you are the architect of your future. The life you want to live begins with the decisions you make today and the actions you take toward that vision. It all starts with getting clear on what you truly want. Most people move through life without taking the time to reflect on their true desires. We get distracted by the noise of everyday life or the pressure to live up to someone else's standards. But the first step to creating the life you want is to ask yourself, what do I truly want? Not what others expect from me, not what's safe or realistic, but what lights me up from the inside, what gives me purpose and fulfillment. When you get clear on your vision, everything begins to align. Creating the life you want is also about setting intentions and taking action. It's not enough to simply dream about the future. You need to translate those dreams into concrete steps. Break down your goals into small, manageable actions and start moving toward them with determination. The truth is, life won't change by itself. You have to show up, take the risks, put in the work, and trust the process. Even when things get tough or you face setbacks, you keep moving forward because you understand that each step you take brings you closer to the life you envision. Another key aspect of creating the life you want is taking full responsibility for your choices. It's easy to fall into the trap of blaming circumstances, other people, or past experiences for where we are today. But when you take responsibility for your life, you reclaim your power. You realize that no one else has control over your future but you. Your choices, your actions, and your mindset are the driving forces behind the life you're building. The moment you stop playing the victim and start stepping into your role as the creator of your life, everything shifts. It's also important to realize that the life you want is not going to be seriously. There will be challenges, obstacles, and moments of doubt. But creating the life you want isn't about avoiding these struggles. It's about building resilience, learning from every experience, and staying committed to your vision despite the difficulties. Each challenge is an opportunity for growth, and every setback is a lesson in patience and persistence. The key is to keep your focus on your vision, knowing that even in the tough times, you are building something meaningful. In the process of creating the life you want, you also have to surround yourself with the right influences, people, environments, and resources that support your growth. The people you spend time with, the content you consume, and the energy you allow into your life all have a profound impact on the direction you take. Align yourself with those who uplift you, challenge you, and inspire you to reach higher. Let go of toxic influences that drain your energy or keep you stuck in a negative mindset. Creating the life you want also requires self-belief. It's easy to doubt yourself, to listen to the inner critic that tells you you're not good enough or that your dreams are too big. But the truth is, the only thing standing between where you are now and where you want to be is your own belief in your potential. You must trust in yourself, your abilities, and your capacity to overcome obstacles. When you believe in your worth and your dreams, you tap into an unstoppable force that propels you forward. Ultimately, creating the life you want is a journey, not a destination. It's about continuously evolving, learning, and growing. It's about making intentional decisions every day that align with your vision. It's about embracing your power, staying true to yourself, and taking the necessary steps to bring your dreams into reality. Life doesn't just happen to you. You have the ability to create it, to design it in a way that reflects who you truly are. The life you want is within reach, and it starts with the choices you make right now. So I ask you today, what are you waiting for? The power to create the life you want is already within you. You have the ability to choose your path, take action, and step into the future you desire. Stop waiting for the perfect moment or for life to happen to you. Embrace the now, face your fears, learn from your past, and let every step you take be in alignment with the life you are building. The journey won't always be easy, but it will always be worth it. The life you envision is not some distant dream. It's right in front of you, waiting for you to step into it. The moment you choose to act, to believe in yourself, and to live with purpose, you begin to create a reality that reflects your deepest desires. Your future is yours to create, and it starts right now. So go ahead. Make the decision to create the life you want. The world is waiting for the unique gifts only you can offer. Step into your power, embrace your journey, and let today be the day that everything starts. The life you've always dreamed of is waiting for you to claim it. The only question is, are you ready to make it yours?